Welcome back, all you big bass lovers. Trying to stay true to what I've told you I'm always do is kind of just show you the shit I get. This came from Cooper State because they had a 20% off coupon, and then I had about $90 in points. So I ordered some of my restock from there. I'm trying to get all the tariff stuff's going to get put back on pretty soon, so I'm just trying to get some restocking in and make sure I don't hit with other shit. So let's go real quick. Just kind of show you some of the stuff I like to get. Of course, bellows gills. This is 3.8s and bellows shads. Just more bellows gills, bellows shads. Just some of the colors I like to use. Of course, you can't read the colors on the back here. These tear up pretty bad. I use an owner centering spring with them. That's what I normally use, so they don't tear up so bad. If I'm flipping, I use the heavy duty spring, the heavy duty hook of me. Anyway, I want to get down to their colors so I can show you that. Some other stuff I got that you can't get from anywhere else. This is just bellows gills, bellows shads. These packs kind of make it hard to. And I got the 5.8 bellows gills as well. I really like this one, Nico rigging. A little bit different, more 3.8s, 5.2s, 5.8s. I mean, I want 5.2s, 5.8s. Get those out of the way. I want to get this stuff out here so I can get to the other boxes because I got to hurry up with these videos because I got to take these boxes and all off before the storms come today. So I'm just trying to hurry up. I ain't trying to rush you guys, but just trying to do a quick unboxing of crap because this stuff's been sitting in my building for about almost a week or so now. I haven't really put a lot of emphasis on these yet. And this is the Winged Fluke, 6.5 inch and 7.5 inch. As you guys know, in the last video I showed you and talked to you about, summertime is the season of big flukes. I guess some people call them dongs. I'm not homophobic, but it could be a dong. They're kind of big. The only bad thing about is they hold, if they get bent inside the pack, like this one's bent, it kind of holds that little kink, but see it? What I like to do is kind of just throw these on if I'm using one, I throw the other one on the deck of the boat, let it get warm. And it fishes pretty much like, it's not exactly like a Sakamoto, but the plastic gets softer and it gets more moving. Anyway, let me get through this. Okay, and like most of this is silver shad, which is one of my favorite colors, and reservoir shad and electric shad. Just kind of like more your standard kind of shad colors. There's also some pearl white in there, and that's about all. This is what kind of got me going down this line because you can't get this color anywhere else, and I wanted to order from them. And as I showed you on like my standard little drop shot rig that I throw on that G Loomis rod, the NRX. I love Robo Worms, like the 4.5. This one, you can only get this color from them. It's called Grape Mutilator. And as you guys know, I like lots of purple worms and things of that nature. Because you know when you squeeze it, it turns purple. There was a guy who used to come to the pool hall back when I was young. And you know, as old as I am, like the stuff we used to say back then is not politically correct. He had a shirt on that said, "Silly faggot, dicks are for chicks." Then he had another shirt that said, "I don't give a crap what color it turns when you squeeze it." Anyway, I'm sorry about that, guys. This made me start thinking about that. It's not cool anymore. He also had a shirt that had like a tiki girl in the front and a pocket. If you pulled the pocket down, she was naked. He was just like one of those old rude men who kind of But look at that color. It's almost like a translucent purple. It's got a blue streak going down the middle and a brown belly. I mean, that looks really good. Yeah, that's gonna catch me some fish. I got, they had these, most of this stuff, these were buy one, get one. The rubber worms. So I got 10 packs of those. And then the other ones, they were, almost everything else on the table here was 20% off. And they also had on the Zoom, buy one, get one as well. So when you get deals and sales like that, it's hard to turn that stuff down. Let's see what it says here, if it has any prices on here. It said my discount from sale was $81.90. Discount from my points used was $90. Anyway, Cooper State's one of the only ones that really break that down for you and kind of show you what your prices are on your invoice. They give you the sticker shock. Let me set this over here. I'm gonna cut my finger so many times out here messing with stuff. It's kind of crazy how these little plastic containers cut you so easy. This is from Hookup Tackle. This is, I think, some of their bulk order stuff I got from them. Then I got another Hookup Tackle box right here. And I'll go through and I'll make sure I give you guys all the stuff I got here so you kind of know what I got and where I got it from, all that kind of mess. So they had they have bulk packs. So I got some 4.2-inch fish and 3.5-inch fish rollers. Well, super fish rollers. I gotta make sure I make that distinction. The super fish roller is different than the regular fish roller. The scale pattern and stuff they have on them. Let's see if you can pick a picture of that. Yeah, you can see that. I ain't gotta take it out of the pack. That's the 4.2. These are something I've used quite a bit. I used to use them a lot. Then there was kind of a shortage on them. These are more durable than the Sakamata. Sakamata is about one and done. Unless you do, I need to do a video. I'm not gonna talk about it right now, but I found another way of rigging them that makes them last a little bit longer. But we'll talk about that on another video. But these are a little bit stronger than the Sakamata, not by much. They're, I want to say the plastics are almost identical, but they're a teeny bit tougher. Teeny bit, teeny. I get myself tickled. I'm sorry, guys. I need to stop that shit. They had the come here, you. The Teco sprinkler, Saki Bomber is a color. Okay. You guys know what the Teco sprinkler is. I ain't got really. Well, I don't think I need to tell you, but I'll go and tell you. It's the one that has the paddle tail on the back. It works just like a regular frog, but when you're in the little bit open water, you can use it like a plopper. I like to use it around pads and kind of submergent grass where you can kind of see the tops of the grass. You can throw this frog out there and kind of swim around through the tops. It's any Teco frog is good. I've got most of my frogs are Teco frogs. I'm just going to throw that out there. I've got some other ones, but most are Teco frogs, just because I like their product. And so I got 2 packs of these. I had stuff in the cart, and then people bought them out and made it where I couldn't get them. Kind of hurt my feelings. Anyway, Teco Kick Knocker BDs. These are the big ones, the big boys. These are, I know I've got these. These are chartreuse shad. can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm thinking they're like 1.4 ounces or something like that, 1.5. I wish it said here, but I'm pretty sure that's what they are. They're a bigger bait. These are not. They're very similar to some of the other big topwater baits I throw. Basically you need a swim bait set for this, or I mean like a good moderate fast action rod. I like the swim bait butts that are a little bit shorter. That's one thing I'm thinking about using this rod here on. This is the anti-gravity or gravity Gladiator Anti. Can't never get it right. I'm thinking about using that rod on these, on like stuff like this. It also can serve purpose for other things. These are, you've seen the baby beeble. I've been fishing these for quite a while, the beebles. It's made just like the baby beeble. This is from bottom up. Of course, these are 3/8 ounce. The color is S422. I can't remember what the color is called now when you see it on there, but this is kind of like golden shiner, which I kind of or perch. It goes kind of either way. I want to throw this around some of the lakes we have here. They're full of perch, full of yellow perch. I think that'll work really good. And in some of these other boxes here, there should be more beebles. Yep. There's more of the bottom up beebles. That's 3/8 ounce. That one there is still a tandem blade, but that's like a chartreuse and white, but also has a little bit of gold in it as well. I'm going to take them out of this. I don't need this box. Don't need this here box. Some people say that, I was talking to somebody at the ramp the other day, and he was talking about he don't see the benefit of having Japanese tackle versus American tackle. I tried to explain it to him, how American tackle manufacturers, they usually copy something from Japan. And also, they don't spend as much time in product development. Some of these Japanese companies, before you even see that bait's been in development 10 years or more. So it's kind of hard to talk to somebody about value and performance when they think that $5 is too much for a lure. That kind of person, if you like Japanese tackle, is not the kind of person you really want to talk to about Japanese tackle. It's not. They're not going to see your point of view at all. Okay, so this is, yep. These right here are the Slash Kickers S. It's basically a pencil bait. These are a little bit different. They have little feather flanges on the side, but these, I really like how they sit in the water. They kind of sit tail down. So it kind of dangles. When it starts back up, it goes pop down, pop down, pop up. It's if you've been around, I don't know if you got a lot of my subscribers are, I know some of you guys are down in South Carolina, places like that, on them herring lakes. Pencil baits are huge. These work really good. Just give you that. They work really good, and those were a bundle for 4. And so basically you paid, buy one, get one price on that. And then this right here, pretty sure this is some more of the BDs. I don't know why they were in a different box. Yep. The other BDs were separate, and these are in the box. And it's got 2 different colors of BDs. I'll show you right here. Here's the other BD. Kind of a white belly, kind of a translucent belly. They both have a little bit of translucent to them. It's summertime. Well, this has kind of been an odd summer, a very odd summer for us. So much rain, so much nastiness that the lakes are not as clear as they normally are. When the lakes are really, really super clear, that transparent with a little bit of chartreuse in it for belly is money. I mean, it is just money. If you like throwing top water as much as I like throwing top water, you know what I'm talking about already. I don't have to explain it. Well, I've already kind of explained it already. It's about telling you it's money. That's my point of view. You might have a different point of view. It's what I like. And as you can see, like, this is why I chose this one. It is very holographic with a chartreuse tin body to it. Some people try to go with just mostly like a ghost kind of pattern or something, but sometimes I feel the ghost pattern doesn't really bring them to me like I want it to. Okay, so this is just more of the, yep. This is basically more of the bulk bundle stuff. So they put this out in three separate different things. And of course, I'm sitting there looking at stuff they're putting out, like, cool. Anyway, let's jump in. They had baby jackhammers for a crazy ass price. So I was like, of all the smaller chatterbaits that's come out, I like the baby jackhammer. Well, I do like it, but when you have the brake blade is, I like it a little better, but when I can get a baby jackhammer for basically cheaper than the brake blade from an American company like Tact Hookup, I'm gonna get them. I mean, that's just how it's got to work. These are 3/8 ounce Heights bluegill. Brett's bluegill. Brett Heights bluegill. I know Brett Height pretty well. He's down in South Carolina. Kind of grew up fishing against him. I didn't never take the time to try to fish. He's fished a lot more open and stuff than I did back in the day, and I just never did. But anyway, then you got, this is more baby jackhammers. This is chartreuse and white, 3/8 ounce. Then you have the golden shiner. These are all basically the bulk packs, and I guess they didn't put these in a box. They just kind of threw them in the fucking box. That's just Brett's Delight, golden shiner, Brett Delight. I got some half, 3/8, and quarters. This is all just baby jackhammers. I gotta clean all this mess off here in just a minute. I cleaned all this mess off already, and now I put it all back on here. And I got some of the other BDs. This is the other little color I got. That's kind of, it has a glitter on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. It was hard for me to see it when I was in the picture, but I thought it looked really good. I wish I could, okay, I gotta take one out. I want to show you this. A lot of people out there, main reason why I love a big topwater or a super small topwater, because most people are out there throwing the 4 to 5 inch topwater, or 3.5 to 4 inch, is what I guess I should say, walking style bait. But when I'm out there throwing this big girl, look at that glitter bottom. Look at that. That's just, and the translucence of it when it goes side to side. I mean, it's just, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be money as well. Anyway, what I was saying is most people out there throwing that standard fare. The fish get kind of accustomed to what that sounds like, what that looks like. They start shining, especially if they've been caught a couple times. They start getting smart. A lot of people think they don't get smart, but they start like, last time I went after that motherfucker, I put a hook in my mouth. Like, Now there is some dumb ones that'll go after it every single time. I ain't gonna lie. But this is, did I get? I guess I did. thought I got a different color, but I guess it's the same one. The Chartreuse Shad. Oh well. And I got, these are some of my favorite freestyle baits, free rigging. It's the DoLive SS Gill 3.6. Just so I can point it out to, come on now. When they put these in the bag. When I say I'm stocking up, I ain't got to buy nothing probably for a year. This is by OSP. OSP makes some of my favorite plastics right now. The DoLive stick, the DoLive gill, which is this is. The DoLive crawl. I mean, this goes on and on. They are just, I mean, I guess I'm an OSP fanboy because I love their shit. I mean, I love, well, let me get one of these out since some of these aren't in the bag. I'll get one. What colors? Nah. What color we got here? These all the same ones? Yep. I'll show you one of these right here. Let me put these on top. Let's put these over here. Yep. I'm trying to slide out of my hand. I don't want to do that. I'm waiting on, my wife is working 24 hours a day, so tomorrow she's supposed to bring home my label maker. She took it to work, and I need my label maker so I can finish the stuff I'm trying to do. Anyway, let's show you the DoLive gill. Wow, I keep them in their clam packs and I put them in my lap. Oh, so greasy. Just look at that grease on my fingers. I need to stop. I'm so bad. Now, you take a look at that. It's more rounded on the bottom, flat on the top. It's meant for you to come in this way. Of course, your hook, put your hook, text pose here. Sometimes I do that. It has a really nice glide, but if you turn that little bitch over like this, where the flat side's down, you rig it this way and you text pose it on the top. It has a super slow fall and it glides kind of like this when it's coming down, because that whole flat side right there, when it does like this right here, it has kind of a shimmy going down. But when you have the flat side down, it kind of does this action to it. It has a big wide rock. And if you can see, let's say you see a bass sitting under a tree. You can basically throw your free rig over, kind of going past the tree a little bit, pop it up in the air when it comes by the tree or by the stumpies there, wherever it's by some big rock or wherever it is, and it'll go woom, 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 coming down into his face. And that looks like a dying bluegill to him. And he's like, lunch. Anyway. Oh, man, that looks really good. That looks really, really good. These were basically a bulk pack, about 4 of them. The OSP Works, the HPF Cranker Spec 2. And this color is called Buna. Bon Hur, it's Bon Hur, which is kind of like carp, or a bone carp color. Look at that. I don't know if you can see all that on there. Look at that, all that purple iridescence to it. This is a flat side, in case you can't see. And I've already told you guys how much I love throwing a flat side. Some people say it's a cold water crank. Fuck that. It's an anytime crank. I crank this in the summer, spring, winter, fall. They work. They especially work on high pressure fish, finicky fish. It's not the best tool every single time, but it's almost always a good tool to go to. If it's water's a good time for cranking, it is a good bait to get caught on, get bit on. The body shape's slender. It looks like a shad. You just have to take my word on it. Flat sides work. Flat sides get bit. That's a box I just opened. I think I ordered 3 packs of these. So I got that color. These are, ooh, they look even better in person. Wow. These are the, I wish they would put these are 8.9 grams. I forgot to tell you that. I wish they would put the Bon Hur is it's one of their colors for hookup tackle. So it's in English. This one is just some Japanese letters, but I know it's a bluegill pattern. Look at that. I don't even know if you can see all the translucence and stuff in that on the camera. Man, that looks good. And buying them in bulk like this, you say, I think these were like, I figured it up, they were like 38% off or 40% off, something like that. If you bought them in bulk like this. And then here's the other one I got. And this one kind of reminded me of the honey shad from Fritz side. The Fritz side and this one. And I like the Ox bait, and I also like the Chick Magnet. They're like my 4 favorite flat sides right now. There's a couple others that work in there still. Some from Mega Bass, some from Lucky Craft. But that's the main 4 I'm throwing. The Chick Magnet, I mean, is for pretty much when the water's kind of dirty, because it has some good rattles and stuff to it. But look at this color. I mean, look at that color. Your water's got a little bit of stain to it. That honey shad right there. Oh, man. Ah, that looks good. Looks good. All right, so just about done with this, so I can get out of here. Oh, this is these came in. These are from Bottom Up. These are Super Frog Daddies. That's just called your green pumpkin chartreuse. They came, of course, there's 2 frogs in each pack. And this came in a 8-pack. And these are almost like 45% off when you buy them like this. So there's that. I'm pretty sure that's what these are as well. Yep. These are the black ones. Black. And I'm pretty sure these probably pearl. Of course, it don't say. Nope. I forgot the pearl ones out of stock. I forgot. Pearl ones were out of stock. These are kind of like a green pumpkin one. I know it's not called green pumpkin, but they're very much like green pumpkin. Some people would choose to fish these on like a Jika style rig or a drop shot style rig. I fish these most of the time as topwater. They have enough weight to them, and I usually fish them on a stiffer, the smaller ones like this. Let's think, well, it's not that small. Keep your clamshell. These are a TPS type material. They will melt your other stuff, so don't put them on your other stuff. And keep your clamshell so you can throw them back in here, because they'll last fish after fish after fish. Ah, crap. Of course, I'm getting stuck there. His little leg was getting stuck. But there you go. Here's your nice little green pumpkin pepper frog. Usually I use, I think with the daddies, I use a 2-aught. Pretty sure it's a 2-aught. It might be a 3-aught, but so they have a really nice belly slit on them. They have a really nice little top, little hold your hook point. If you haven't tried these, try them. These have kind of replaced my horny toads and stuff. Not so much on, well, I haven't tried that yet. I wonder how they would work on a buzz bait. I guarantee you they'll work on a buzz bait too, especially like your buzz bait pups or your small buzz baits, like your quarter ouncers. Yeah, I bet that would work. That'd probably make it plain super easy. Get up on top and just sit there. Because these are very buoyant. And that's why a lot of people throw them on like the Jika style rigs. Or on like your, some people throw them on like a Tokyo rig, which is not much different than a Jika style rig, to be honest with you, in my opinion. I make my own kind of Tokyo rig, so you can make them with the wire longer to make your bait come up higher. This depends on what your plans are for how deep you're trying to fish it, or how high you want your bait up off the bottom. And especially if you're using a super buoyant style bait, it'll like sit up like this, stay up in the water column. Some of those ones from VMC and stuff, the wire's only about that long. The wire's only about that long, and it kind of stays so, especially if you have a really muddy bottom, it just stays so close to the silt, and it just doesn't have a chance. Oh well, I gotta get all these boxes and all this mess out of here now. Now I just put all that stuff back on the pool table. Now I gotta clean it all back off again. They still got my truck at the shop. The guy told me that he made a mistake, that the truck that they were working on was the same color as my truck, but not my truck. Anyway, they just brought me a King Ranch. It's pretty nice too. It's my loaner truck. I told my wife, I said, I want this to be my permanent truck, because I went from a F-150 Platinum to a 250 Lariat to pull the camper and stuff. And that King Ranch is, woo boy, it's nice. It's nice. All right, guys, till next time, tight lines, y'all stay safe. What y'all catching out there now? Y'all doing stocking up like I am? This whole tariff mess is kind of, don't know where it's going now. All the stuff's going to come off, and he's going to take off close all the little windows of buying Japan Lure Shop, where like the small baits wasn't getting hit. The small orders weren't getting hit that hard, but he's doing away with that. That hole's closing. Maybe I shouldn't say hole's closing. Anyway, so if you want to order some stuff from Japan Lure Shop, or reels or rods or anything of that nature, I would get that done if it ain't too late already. I'm not even sure if it's too late or not. And I didn't realize that Japan Lure Shop is still selling like the 21 to 22 alphas, SVTW, and they're like $160. If I would have seen that, I would probably change my reels as far as like who won like the best dollar per dollar reel, because that's a really good reel. I've still got several of those that I use on a daily basis. Oh, not a daily basis. I don't fish every day like I used to. On a fishing trip basis. There you go. All right, guys. Till next time. Y'all stay safe, and I'll catch you on then.